Hey guys, my name is and always will be Zero, and welcome to the first ever commentated gameplay footage. Okay, so this is a really interesting game. It serves to highlight our format pretty well. This is the Brithton City Championships in the seniors. On the right we have a member from Poke Beach, Henry P, who sent me this recording. And then on the left he's playing against Chris S. So, right now what you guys can see right here is that Chris S on the left is playing Lambert Dodrio. Pretty interesting. Chandelure Dodrio, actually. I prefer Lambert's name. It's cooler. So basically the strategy with that deck is that it doesn't play energies. What it wants to do is get a Dodrio out and then 2 or 3 Chandelure in play. So what it'll do is Chandelure's Poke ability, when it's active you can put 3 damage counters on any one of your opponent's Pokemon, and that's during your turn. So its strategy is that it wants to switch to do that ability as many times as it can. Now EelZone we all pretty much recognize. In this case though, he's playing it with Electric, which it has super conductivity, where when it's on bench you can attach an electric energy from your discard pile to your bench once per turn, which is fantastic when capitalizing with EelZone's attack, which is 50 times the number of energies that you throw away in the lost zone. So, if I had to put a matchup on it, I'd say that EelZone should win this game just because of its high aggression and it can one-shot the Chandelure. That's often the make or break in the Chandelure matchups. If they can one-shot Chandelure's probably got a poor record against it. And at least maybe poor, maybe not as good as it can be. Right now, as you can see, they're both setting up. The EelZone's in play, so it's fantastic. But if you notice, Chandelure's missing something. It's missing energies. It doesn't usually play energies. Maybe some rescue, but it doesn't usually play too many psychic energies. It doesn't usually play any, in this case. There's another version where he's Vileplume to Trainer Lock. But that's not the version he's playing, so we're not talking about it. We just did. Whatever. Moving on. The big thing that's missing, though, is Tropical Beach. The deck can't survive very well without Tropical Beach. It never attacks, so there's no reason not to have Tropical Beach. And more than that, it lets you set up multiple Chandelures to eventually get your big damage per turn in. As you can see on the right, Henry Pryor is doing very well. He's got his EelZone out, he's got his Electric out, he's got Zekrom out, which is a possible attack. It does 120 damage, and it can do Outrage, which is fantastic. And once he's got that EelZone in play, he's able to keep on drawing and draw into other EelZones. Let's see, they're just shuffling, cutting, whatever. As you guys can see, I double speeded this. I'm probably going to do this. This game isn't very interesting. It's more of a test run than anything, and more than that, it's not a very interesting game. It really isn't. The game's pretty much downhill from here. Henry's got 4 prizes left, and then Chris has 5 or 6. It's hard to tell. As you can see, he's playing Good Rod, which is not a card that's usually played. Good Rod is a flippy card. It requires a coin flip, so people usually don't like it. And in my opinion, his Chandelure list isn't a very good list. Typically, Chandelure list should play 2 to 3 Tropical Beach, which would prevent this kind of setup where you're just not getting Tropical Beach. As you can see, the game is basically over from now. He's got 3 prizes left to 5 or 6. The game's basically over. But once again, this is really to highlight the matchup. Oh, something funny that you guys won't hear. In the original audio for this, there was a kid talking to somebody, and the kid said, "Did you know that a while ago it was good to go second?" I just thought that was really funny. It was in like a little really high-pitched voice, like, "Did you know?" I can't do that. But I found it really entertaining that somebody would ask, "Did you know that people went second and they wanted to?" That just kind of shows how our metagame is. Under no circumstances do you ever go second by choice. Almost all decks, if not all, want to go first. And there's the Tropical Beach. But it's far too late. Henry's already taken 4 prizes, and the game's basically over. As you can see, though, the EelZone Electric list is a very strong list. It can do massive damage. I think he's taken a prize every turn since he set up the EelZone and electric. His electric got knocked out as a result of Chandelure. But the deck is very strong, and he's got a EelZone on bench and a Magneton as well. And there he evolved the Dynamo into the electric. Am I saying that right? Electric? Whatever, let me know. I don't pronounce Pokemon names very well, so I probably shouldn't be playing the game if I can't pronounce them. Whatever. So despite the fact that his opponents finally got the Tropical Beach and Chandelure in play, it's not really going to end up doing anything. Another card that Chandelure uses for damage, however, is Rocky Helmet, which you can see is attached to Chandelure right now. Typically, that would really help evening out numbers. Like, for example, against Yanmega. If Yanmega were to hit into a Rocky Helmet, it would have 90 HP left, which is 3 Chandelure hits. Instead, if you don't have Rocky Helmet, it would take 4 hits because that has 110 HP. As you can see, 1 prize left. The game's basically over. But just a summary of kind of this game. Chandelure needs Tropical Beach. Needs. I'd say 3 copies are good. And these are 2 decks that are going to be seen in our format. A lot of people regard Chandelure as one of the best decks in format, despite the fact that it's very hard to build. And EelZone Electric is a very strong deck, and it'll be seen in a lot of cities. They're wrapping up. There's a scoop. Thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll have more of these, okay? I'll try to go less off topic, but this game was fairly dull, so don't hate. Okay, see you guys.